Hey everybody, welcome to Video Game Corner. It's me, Jason.
And Freddy.
Freddy is still alive. He has been working tirelessly to help the needs of the people at Lowe's.
Come to Lowe's if you want to. I don't know. If you want to. It's up to you guys.
You want to go watch him work outside?
You guys can also go to Home Depot if you want it.
I like Home Depot.
Well, you always go to Home Depot.
They're cheaper, man.
That's
true. Lowe's is nicer, though.
Well, they have... Home Depot has more selection, though. That's what and that's what sucks about us. We don't have selection.
You just have Freddy. That's it. Well, we decided for Halloween, since we were sitting around doing nothing but watching creepy pasta videos, or as the announcer on the video, we're watching creepy pasta. Creepy pasta. Where we decided to do a How Far Can You Get, since it's been a while. And today, we are going to do a How Far Can You Get on a great horror game, even though it's not scary. But it's a very expensive game that I happen to own in my little modest collection.
Yeah.
Dracula X, Castlevania.
Yeah.
So, it's one of the harder to play Castlevania games because it's got a goofy mechanics. But I like it.
We're both Castlevania fans, that's why. So
yeah, we love the Castlevania. I've been playing Batman, the new Batman game, Arkham Origins, for the last couple days, and it's pretty awesome.
I've actually sat down and watched him for a little bit, and he really gets into the game and totally forgets that you're there.
Yeah, as it should be, right, guys?
Pretty much. So
yeah, we were watching some top 80 horror games, and there's a lot of PC stuff. I noticed that everything on there is
first-person shooter.
First person, not necessarily a shooter, but first-person view. And it's like, why does every horror game on the PC have to be a first-person game? It's just like, come on. It's like, I can't stand first-person anything except Minecraft, because you're not really doing a bunch of fighting. You're just building shit. And there is fighting in it a little bit, but the thing is, when you do a first-person game where you're fighting whatever, there's no peripheral vision. You can't see out here. All you see is a box in front of you, and it's so hard for me. My eyes get all thrown out of whack. I can't stand first-person games. Just can't stand them. But like I said, if I'm playing like a third person game where you go and use a scope, like you have a sniper rifle.
It makes sense.
It makes sense because that's what you're going to see in real life. That I can handle. I like that just fine. But when you're running around, you can't see anything, and it's just like even if you're using playing a game where you're in third person, then when you go to shoot, it kind of goes to a first person view. I don't mind that either, because you can still see from the side of you and stuff. Like if enemies are coming in. I don't know. I think some of these games are just I don't know why people like the first person thing. I don't get it, but I don't get a lot of things. I don't get sports games when playing real sports is more fun. Not that I'm a jock or anything, but I don't know. I guess different strokes for different folks.
Pretty much.
But speaking of different strokes, Gary Coleman was one of the creepypastas they were talking about. Creepypastas they were talking about. They in, I guess, Fallout 3, there's these numbers, and the number, they had the exact time and date
that he died, where I guess he died.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. Watch that stuff. Then they showed the Ben drowned from the Majora's Mask, and they showed the Polybius arcade.
There was actually some really interesting ones, but some of them were just funny.
Yeah, the Sonic ones. They kept talking about that Lavender Town from Pokemon.
Yeah, Lavender Town.
That seems to be a popular one. I don't know. But anyway, guys, what have you been playing lately, Freddy?
A lot of Castlevania, actually, but not that one, though. I've been playing Symphony of the Night.
Really? Started playing it again?
Yeah.
I haven't played Symphony of the Night in a few months. I was playing it on my PSP, but...
and also I've been playing Arkham City, because I'm getting ramped up for Arkham Origins. So.
As the fans know, I recently beat Final Fantasy IX, which I loved, which I think is better than 7. I've yet to play, a lot of the other Final Fantasies, but so far I've played number 1 all the way through. I've played 2 for a little bit. I played 3 about 12 hours into it. I played 4 for a couple hours, and I haven't played 5 or 6. And I played 7 all the way to the end. The only thing I haven't been able to do is beat Sephiroth, the final boss. But I've played the entire game. The only difference is I haven't leveled up enough to beat the final boss. And I played through that game twice, because the first time, I guess there was a trick of Final Fantasy VII where what you do is you kill Cloud early in the leveling up, and then you level up your other characters, then you bring Cloud back to life, and you keep him at a low level so Sephiroth isn't as hard, which is pretty lame for them to do. I mean, it's not our fault as the player, but that was kind of dumb. They just, for people to have to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I haven't played 8, and I played all the way through 9. 9 I couldn't stop playing. I thought it was really good, and then I haven't played 10 and on at all.
He always, every time he gets into a certain kind of art, when he's since he's a big RPG fan, it's real. And he's always constantly telling me like, "Oh, dude, this game is awesome." And I go, "If only you could get through the mechanics of playing it. The story's so good." I'm like, I know the stories are, by the way he's explaining to me, they're really good, but I just can't get over the mechanics of. That's just something.
The battle systems, I know, and it's so simple too. The battle systems. See, because you keep thinking the battle systems are, you just pick your commands. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of strategy behind it. I mean, there's tons of strategy in a battle system. Not at first. In the beginning of the game, you're just clicking attack and going through the motions. But as you get higher in the game, especially when you start doing boss battles, you're picking magic attacks and regular attacks, and you're combining stuff to do it all just right. And there's a lot of strategy, and you don't have time, especially the way when they made Final Fantasy VII. Actually, it was, I think, in number 4 they started it, where you had like a bar where you charge back up, then you can attack, and then you got other characters, so you're constantly picking a character's attack. It's not like in Legend of Dragoon where you pick your attack, it hits, then it goes to the next guy. It's constantly moving. To where your characters are constantly doing something all the time. You're not just sitting there waiting for the attacks to go through. You're sitting there waiting, and you're like, come on, come on, come on. And you're waiting for that bar to charge back up. Yeah. You're like, come on, if they hit me again, I'm dead. I gotta, do a potion to heal, or a magic thing to heal. Yeah. And then I gotta hit him a couple more times to beat him, and it's really tense. And it doesn't feel like it's a turn-based attack as much as you're just waiting to get your hit in, and it's really, really tense. I should load up a game at that point and let you try it. You can see what I'm talking about. And they know, the guys who play RPGs on the channel that watch us, they know what I'm talking about. But you should try it. It's not like the old RPGs where you just attack. Because I gave him Dragon Warrior 1, and he couldn't get into it. But that's got the old-fashioned, you pick your attacks and you wait. Yeah. The way they do like the newer ones, like in Final Fantasy VII, man, you got to sit there and be on your toes. Like 7, 8, I know 9 did it. I think 8 did it too. And I know 4 did it. And, but yeah, like in 9, it's really intense sometimes. So is 7, so. But yeah, I played 9, and I think 9 is it's my favorite Final Fantasy so far. You've yet to see. I got to keep playing through them. I also have started playing Chrono Trigger. I'm about 10 hours into it, and I stopped just so I could play the new Batman game. It's really good. Batman's pretty good, but Chrono Trigger, I'm playing the PS1 version. I have the Super Nintendo version, and I have the PS1 version. And I decided to play the PS1 version because it has a few animated cutscenes, and they use actual cartoon animation. And I just loaded up when we were testing out this game. We were testing it out with a couple games, because this game we had trouble getting it started because my Super Nintendo's kind of having a few issues. But what we did was we put Chrono Trigger in, and I loaded up a game on there, and there was some save files. So I looked at the graphics, and the graphics are so choppy on the Super Nintendo version versus the PS1 version. Because I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, my PS1 version looks smooth. I use the smoothing option, and I played on my 50-inch TV, and it looks really good compared to the Super Nintendo version, which looks very choppy. And they're the same game for the most part. Everything's the same, and I just like the graphics better. I'm going to stick with the PS1 versions on stuff because there's like Final Fantasy 4 and 5 and 6 were Super Nintendo games, and they've been remade of the PS1, and I'm going to stick with that. Because I think the PS1, I mean, it's the same game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I would just rather play on the PS1 because it looks better. So, and it's the same game. So, anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see how far we can get on this.
I have a feeling he's gonna be beating this today.
I play a lot of Castlevania games. I mean, I'm not gonna. This game is the hardest for me to play, so I don't know how well I'm gonna do. When I make repros, I make the Castlevania hacks, so I'm always testing them out, so I'm used to playing the Castlevania mechanics. So, but this is a little bit different than what I'm used to. The jumping is a little touchy on this for me. I don't really like it, but we'll see what happens.
Alright.
So, on to that.
Alright. You ready, Freddy?
Yes, I am.
Alright, kick its ass. Let's see how far you can get.
Well, I'll probably kick my ass. I'm a big fan of. Let's do this. Wouldn't it be sad if I die within a couple of seconds like that?
It happens. Well, it's got enough hit points that you don't have to... unless you fall down a hole or something, but the hit points aren't too bad.
And you're right, the jump is kind of weird.
Yeah, the jump's a little funky. The only good thing about the jump is you can jump on the stairs.
Come on. Got him.
I hate that bat. It hits me every time.
Oh, he got me.
What a jerk! You jerk bat, jerk face.
Got him.
See what a little patience does?
Yeah, you're the master of patience.
I was playing Batman last night. I was fighting, what's his name? Not Deathstroke, but, Bullseye, I think.
Yeah.
No, not Bullseye. That's from Daredevil. Deadshot, yeah. I was fighting Deadshot, and that fucker, man, God, that guy is just, like, brutal. And you gotta take out all of his guys, and he's got a hostage, and I had to be so patient. And then in the end of it, you gotta go up behind him and just take him out. Because he has a hostage in his hand, and you can't hit him, or he kills the hostage.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. Like, once I did it, I finally just slowed down. It just took me like 15 minutes to beat him.
Yeah.
Because I had to wait. I would, hit one of his guys and then wait. Until they all, like, reset. I just took my time, and that's how you beat guys like him. You cannot rush in like with some of the guys.
Alright, let's see if I can actually...
Yeah, this is the part you had trouble with. You're just jumping over them.
I want to deal with these. I don't want to deal with the ghouls.
Hey, ghouls and guys.
Oh!
Freddy. Well, now we know how far you can get. I hope I can do better.
Maybe.
Well, let's get to it.
Is Jay ready? By the way he's pumping his fist, he probably is.
Dracula.
Exactly.
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
You might actually beat me this time.
That would be a first. I never beat you. I always suck.
All those times playing the Castlevania games really helps a lot. Finger control, yeah, it's all there. He always keeps getting hit by the bats. Right, Jay?
Yeah, those fucking bats, I can't stand them.
He almost got clobbered.
Yeah, I got lucky there.
And the Medusas. Like die Medusa face. And he still got hit. He's getting close. He still got you.
Ah, it's like just evil, I say.
Here comes that part where I messed up a lot. Can Jay do better? Oh. Oh. Here comes the next one. And he died in the same
How did I die in the
place.
same spot as you?
It means
I'm gonna see if I can get it this time. Watch. Watch, I get it this time.
it's all chat. Fall, Jason, fall. Fall, Jason, fall.
You would want that.
Fall. Oh, see, and he got it this time.
And I did it. Too little. You know
Lame.
what it is? You know what it is when you got to get half of your foot off of it to where half your foot's hanging off, and the other foot is like on the platform, and then you can jump. If you do it like a normal person where you jump before you're hanging off, you don't make the jump. Because that's what I did the second time, and I didn't even think about it, because that's the one little flaws of this game, is that you got to make some of the jumps are ridiculous.
All I'm hearing is blah blah blah.
You hear that? Ay.
So
Let's make it official.
it's a
'Cause
tie.
it's a Castlevania game.
Yeah, but we're not gonna be like the angry nerd.
Did I unplug it?
I think you did. Like, oops. Up, it's still working.
Yeah, it's still working. I don't want to wreck my $100 game. Yeah, that's all you need. Just wreck your $100 game, stupid. So, anyway, guys, Castlevania Dracula X. It's worth a bunch of money, even though it's just not because it's like the best game in the series, but it's a controller smasher. That's for sure. So, anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. We're glad to have Freddy back. I'm going to try to hound him to come over more often so we can make these, because I know you guys like them. So, and we don't have enough how fars. We got to keep our skills honed.
You know, we're becoming very lazy and.
Well, I have an excuse. I've been sick, but I'm getting better.
I work.
Yeah, you work. That's no excuse. You can come by after work. I have the time, obviously. So, anyway, guys, it's me, Jason.
And Freddy.
And it's been how far you can get, and obviously we tied, so...
We'll see you till the next time.
There you go, RPG Tour Guide. Fight again. That's what he's going to say at whatever minutes it is.
Yep.
Because that's what Ryan Phoenix does. He tells you when you do stuff. So anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks.